Guys, wanted to show you the second part of the glass bedding. Just wanted to show you some of the things that happened on this. You can see the glass bedding took pretty well. It's been 24 hours a set before I took it apart. It made a perfect negative of the inside of that, or the underside of that gun. That recoil lug formed really nicely. Nice sharp lines, but you can see some voids. I did miss some spots. Some spots that I wanted coated aren't. So I'm going to do a little bit of a touch-up. It's a lot less work doing the touch-up. But, you know, some of this will have to be, this is in the magazine well, that'll have to be shaved off. I'll use my Dremel and a sanding roll or something. I'm going to touch up this right here. I actually had to sand it. It wasn't grabbing there. Same thing on this side. It wasn't grabbing there. One thing you can see is there's actually a little bit of a step in here. Where it was contacting here is actually fairly tight, leaving this to kind of float in space. And what that's done is left a rather large void. It's really hard to see since my camera doesn't want to focus. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build that up a little bit more. You can see some voids in there that I didn't get all of it. I'm going to build that up so it has a more contact area where that rear screw is, so that I get full seating in the rear screw. Really wish this would focus well, because you could see it a lot better. Come on, focus. Sorry guys, I'm not the best cameraman. There we go. So there you can see the shelf on the right side where it was contacting with the acroglass, and then you can see just a little bit more towards the center of the frame where it wasn't. I'm going to try and fill that in to where all of it has contact, or nearly all of it. I don't want to seize the screw in place, so I'm not going to go crazy with it. But I'll get a little bit here, I'll get a little bit here, touch up this area, and then touch up the rear, and then touch up a couple small spots in the front. This means I'll mix up a very small amount of acroglass, and it'll be quick and easy. And next time it comes apart, it'll come apart much easier. I did have to smack it pretty hard. I didn't use a mallet, I used my hand, which is a good way to hurt yourself, but you know, I'm too lazy to go outside to the garage, which is 20 feet away, versus possibly hurting myself, but I didn't. So just use a mallet. Don't be like me. So let me make some more of this up, just a small amount, and we'll touch up these areas. Alright guys, reassembled, just a little bit mixed up. I really didn't mix up a whole lot. You can see some of it oozed out. Once again, no big deal. I'll scrape that out later. But this will end up in a much more consistent seating, and I did get quite a bit in that rear tang. I actually, when I squeezed it together, I got some oozing through that I had to clean out with a Q-tip before I inserted the screw. Otherwise, the screw would have had it all over it. But that's just the things you got to pay attention to when you're doing it. But there you have it. Let it sit for another overnighter, and that'll be ready.